Night of the Jumps returned to Hamburg for the fourth round of competition at the Freestyle Motocross World Tour Championship, and it was possibly the tightest competition we've seen yet in every discipline. With some of the biggest hitters in FMX, BMX, mountain bike and scooter, the competition was primed to be one of the best. And in FMX, the qualifying groups were the toughest we've seen all season. Hannes Ackermann celebrated his return to Hamburg 10 years after winning his first big win. Brice Izzo brought style and perfection but missed the final by only one single point. Davide Rossi was all business, putting on a clinical display to be the leader of Quali Group 1. Matej Cezak needed everything in his bag to sneak past Brice Izzo for the final. Best whip was just as close in competition, with Mark Pignol and Luke Ackermann looking good, but it was the head-to-head final between Matej Cezak and Davide Rossi, and yet again, Matej did just enough to take home another Best Whip trophy. The second quali group was just as tough, with Paul Maness and Mikołaj Temka throwing down big flip combos. But it was Mark Pignol who would go through to the final with his course usage, and Luke Ackermann adding a double backflip in quali to make sure he was ready for the final. When it comes to the pedal power, all bets were off. Out of the gate, Lucas Huppert and Matti Pekarek look solid, and they're always hard to beat. But Tom Pfeiffer stomped yet another triple backflip to make it into third position, with Alejandro Bonifay taking a well-deserved second position, and Lennox Zimmerman landing not only a triple flip, but also his first double backy 360 for the win. Back to moto, and the synchro competition was anyone's guess. Bucky and Zapsa rode well in quali, but it was a small mistake from Paul Maness breaking his front brake lever that put the French team out of action. With Luke and Hannes Ackermann rolling in, they've clearly had the most time riding together naturally as brothers. With big tricks and in perfect time, they stood on top of the podium yet again. Lenny Leitner lit up the arena in the FTA competition, and Niklas Dissler one-upped him with the quad flip into quad flip for the win. Matej Cezak had the tough job of riding first in the top four final, and with that massive front flip knack, he was first to sit in the hot seat. Mark Pignol had a lot to prove after missing Budapest, and he found another gear here in Hamburg. Front flip Indy, surfer takeoff to tsunami backflip, and the side saddle Cali roll was enough to take the lead. Davide Rossi needed a perfect run to knock Pignol off, and with a unique bag of tricks, it was close, but just not close enough this time. Luke Ackermann was the final rider, and he was coming for Pignol with that knack 360, front flips, and two double backflips in his run. Even with a small mistake, it was enough for the win. That wraps up the fourth round of competition in Hamburg, and we'll be back for the final round in Dusseldorf on November the 8th. Grab your tickets at nightofthejumps.com, or we'll see you on the YouTube live stream.